Howdy dorks. Hello, hello. Welcome in. How's it going, everyone? Hello, Orion. Hello, JM. Thank you for the resub, Orion. 12 months. Happy subiversary, I guess. Hooray. Welcome in. I'm back, kind of. I'm mostly back. We're here to continue with Dwarf Fortress. That's what I'm here for. Streaming on kind of a day that I don't normally stream on, but you know, we're doing a makeup stream. I felt bad for taking the last couple bit off, so we're just, I didn't want to wait until, you know, Thursday to stream again, so we're streaming today. Sitting down before my book club, writing my thoughts. Excellent. Book clubs are fun. What are you reading in book club? I've never been able to keep up with book clubs. One of my great regrets is I'm not able to really force myself to keep a schedule with reading. I'm a very on and again, off again kind of reading person, so I don't usually participate in book clubs. Busy time of year? Yeah, it is. It sure is. But I got to see family. I got to see some family, so that was kind of nice. Positives and minuses, but it was generally very nice. I was glad to see them all again. One Dark Window. I've never even heard of that one. There's so many books I don't know. There are so many books I don't know. I have one cat here. I have another cat just kind of going nuts throughout the room. I spent some time today trying to get the sliding closet doors back in their tracks because the cats have just completely infiltrated the closets. So I have that fixed at least, but now she's like trying to find some other thing to get into. Listening to the audiobook over the weekend. Yeah, audiobooks are good. I do like audiobooks. Maybe I should stick with book clubs that do audiobooks. Maybe that's what I should do. Even audiobooks, I don't find the time to like sit down and listen to them. Like they're good to have in the background, but I don't have a lot of activities right now where audiobooks fit into the background. Like if I'm reading something or writing something or doing something that requires like cognitive load, then I don't like listening to things in the background. And that's like all I do these days. So it doesn't happen much. Gothic romantasy, excellent. Got lots of background audio in my life. Am I one of them? I might be one of them. Only time I do audiobooks is when driving or gardening. Podcasts have pushed them out a bit. Yeah, driving was big for me, but now I don't drive. I don't go anywhere. That's like the entirety of Discworld was in the car for me, and I don't commute like that anymore. Stocking shells and playing Minecraft. Excellent. Excellent. Those are those are both good mindless activities, right? Hello, Anthric. How's it going? How's it going? We're gonna get going here pretty quickly. We are gonna try to. We're possibly gonna be the capital, maybe sometime. I don't know. I'm curious to see if we'll actually get promoted to the capital. I think we're eligible to be the capital right now. It'd be kind of cool to do it, to be it. So I've been thinking about like how would we satisfy a monarch? What kind of monument kind of a thing we want to do in this place. I have some ideas, but we'll get there. My favorite BG autos, thank you. I appreciate that. That is like one of my goals, right? I do like being that. That's a weird thing to say. I do. It's kind of weird to put a lot of effort into like being kind of ignored, but I do anyway. I don't know. It's one of the ways that we consume media these days. So I feel like it's an appropriate thing to aim for, I guess. Anyway, welcome in. Today's episode is brought to you by grass. Go touch it. And by viewers like you, clicking on all the buttons down there, hanging out in live with us here, hanging out in VODs, hanging out in Discord. That is the grass I am laying on these days, even though it is the dead of winter, both in-game and out of game. Grass is so wet, yeah. Put down a blanket. Just put down a blanket. It still counts. You can touch the grass through the blanket. The thing is just being outside, right? You don't have to literally touch it. Game helps, long-term goal kind of game that lends itself to be experienced in real time. I agree. Speaking of, let's push the button. I also noticed that the cat cam is being finicky again. It's not quite a slideshow, but it's definitely not full motion. Yeah, I especially love that we've been in this world for a bit, right? I was thinking about it. I think I'm just gonna unpause. Did the cats forgive you for leaving? Not really. Not really. They were a little grumpy. Did we trade? Did we trade with the dwarves? Do I want to trade with the dwarves? This is the problem with taking a week off, right? So I don't remember what we did. I don't know that they have anything that I want, though. I think we're good. I feel like we traded with them, maybe? We're needing boulders and junk. But what I was gonna say, we've been in this world for an out-of-game year. I want to say it was like November of last year that we started leopard bins, and we've just been in this world for so long that the stories are kind of intersecting with themselves in really, really interesting ways. And I think that's really what that's one of this game's strong points, right? Is when the story gets intricate enough. Oh, we need a guild hall. That everything starts looping back on itself. And like, at some point we're gonna go reclaim or unretire, I guess, leopard bins, and we're really gonna see it at that point, right? We're really gonna see all the stories kind of collide. And that's just my favorite part. That's just the best part of this game, right? Our worm is meeting with the dwarf diplomat. Hooray. We still got Kerr here. Still got Kerr here. Oh, we got our temple here. So we're working on, this is like our main, no specific deity temple. This is our, a temple to a church that requested one. The gnarled church. Oh, look. A migrant has arrived. So now I reduced our cap, right? So now we're at our cap. This is our last migrant. Erpler. I capped us at 150 just for FPS reasons. I don't want to get us down to like 20 FPS in this fortress, right? I want to keep things moving. And moving they are. Look at all this. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, let's take stock of what I have. Seeing leopard bins explode in population begun. Yeah. I'm really curious what's up at leopard bins right now. I am really curious. We do have trade goods. Hello, Jexwing. How's it going? We mostly have a bunch of booze down here, right? Yak meat roasts. 31 for 250. Like, see, that's not quite the value that we want. 30 for 500. That's not quite there either, right? 30 should be 600. Yeah. So we have a bunch of good meals. Definitely not all of our meals. Hammerhead shark tripe roast. Yeah, not quite. Red spinach leaf roast. Yeah, see, that's only like 10. I'm not gonna worry about it though. I think we've made enough good meals that I don't see people with like, hey, this is a focused kobold, look at that. I don't see eat good meal as like a very common need anymore, which it was for a while. So I think we're good as far as that goes. So I've not been able to catch the stream, had a pretty bad couple of weeks. Oh dang. Well, I took a week off, so you've only missed so much. Sorry you've had a bad time. Hope that's working out for you. Yeah, not distracted after lack of decent meals. So you are lacking decent meals, but it's not a problem for you. That's interesting. Level-headed after eating a good meal. Okay. So I think we have good meals. Definitely not all the meals are good or quality. Level-headed after eating a good meal. So yeah, I think they're in there. They're in there. They're just not universal. Not distracted after lack of decent meals. So they either aren't getting a decent meal, or they are getting a decent meal, or they don't care. Untroubled after eating a good meal. Okay. I think we're basically okay. We got these roofs done, so that's pretty nice. And then we got our little pillbox done. We got our zoo done. So that means I don't have any roofs in progress. I think so. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna do that little pillbox as well. That means we can engrave these little bits, right? And turn them into churches. We're working on shrines down here, right? In theory, I have some doors to toss in here. I have I have one jet door. So I want jet doors. We probably need to harvest some jet. Let's see what we got. We have some jet. Okay, so I'm gonna put in an order for jet doors. Unless I've already done so. We're working on porcelain bricks. We made some, this is like a just a one-off order for, I think it was for a strange mood. So we'll have some silk on hand, working on paper, working on steel. We are dyeing cloth. That all makes sense. That all makes sense. So I'm gonna put in a rock door. Gonna specify jet. Maybe we don't have jet. Maybe it's all locked up into stuff. Let's do like 25 jet doors. That'll get us started. And then I think we need to find more spots for kaolinite as well. Which I don't think we're gonna find on this level. Ugly corner is always open. It's true. I don't know if you're in the Discord, but that's... We have a space in the Discord specifically for venting about not good stuff that's going on, and then the channel just auto deletes itself, which I'm very... Oh, I went up. Which I'm very happy with. I've been enjoying that people have been getting use out of it. This is all lignite. We have so much fuel here. We don't need it because we're doing magma stuff, which is kind of nice. Claystone, coal, shale, so much shale. Shale and claystone are kind of the main things here. Yup. Value it, try not to overuse it, appreciate you making that space. Don't feel bad about overusing it. I mean, it's not gonna run out of space, right? I like that it's getting use. So yeah, use it as you feel appropriate. So we're leaking here. We'll deal with that at some point. Oh, it's here. We have jet here. Sweet. So maybe what we'll do, I'm gonna mine out this so that we stop leaking below. It's all mudstone. What was I doing here? I was trying to dry this out. We are slowly drying out our stuff. We are getting there. And this is all jet too. Okay, cool. We're just gonna go like this, I think. A good chunk of that should be jet. There's jet in here as well. And then this is kaolinite. Okay, clearly we're digging on this level. We're digging on this level. Okay, so we're gonna go like this. Wow, all of this? All of this. Yes. That's all mudstone. That's mudstone, lignite. More over here. That'll get us going. That'll keep them busy for a moment. Mudstone, conglomerate, mudstone. Okay. A lot of this is already under dugout space, so it's not going to leak a whole bunch more. And then I think I'm going to do a quick stair up like this. And we'll dig out some of this aquifer as well, to help with our leaking. Honestly, if the leaking aquifer didn't incur a frame rate penalty, then I would just leave it. Like, it's not actually doing anything really bad to our fortress, it's just calculations that are unnecessary. Alright, I think that's gonna be a good start. There's plenty more microcline if we need more microcline. Mudstone, mudstone, mudstone. Mudstone, mudstone. Would anyone like some mudstone? Jeez, I forgot how much of this we've dug out. Here's more kaolinite as well. Like, the difference in color, like, for real, can anyone tell the difference? This is kaolinite and this is mudstone. I'm not crazy, right? Though that's just the same color. That's just the same color. No wonder I have a hard time with that. Maybe a tiny different. Maybe this is more brown and this is more gray? If those are different, then that's absurd. But there's a little bit here we can do. It's all whatever. Here's a bunch of jet. Okay, this will be lower priority, but we're just gonna do a bunch of this jet here. Okay. That'll be good for digging for now. We were working on bedrooms. Oh, and polar bears! Oh my gosh, we're working on our polar bears. I want to check on them here. We have 2 domesticated polar bears. One of them's an adult. We're going to start war training our polar bears. We still only have 1 female polar bear. We won't think about too hard about how that's working. We are getting more polar bears. Yeah, we're gonna start war training polar bears here in a minute. I'm gonna let a couple more of them get older first, I think. I want to see if we still have bedrooms. Doop-a-doo. No, zones? No. I guess they are zones. So all of these are occupied. We have a lot of bedrooms. All our bedrooms are occupied. Okay. I guess we need to do some more bedrooms. I also want to smooth the ones that we have. Keep everyone happy. Let's do something like that. These are all good. We still have our one were monkey. It's doing fine. Oh, we got a bunch of garbage here. We should probably take all this out. Some of this can be... I guess we're only keeping the Yeti skeletons. So Yeti mingle skeleton, we'll unforbid that, and then someone's gonna come butcher it, right? It's typically how that works. Yeti nail. I don't think we do anything with a Yeti nail. At least I don't care to. Yeti right foot, or here's a mingle skeleton. We'll do that one. Yeti foot, Yeti skeleton. Yeah, we'll keep all those Yeti bones. Yeti bones are great for moods. Yeti fourth finger left hand. Yeti head. Oh man, we've killed a bunch of Yetis. We've killed a handful of Yetis. Oh, come on. Yeti head, Yeti skeleton. Yeti skeleton. And then I think we're good. I don't know if these fingers... I don't know if anyone's gonna come butcher the finger. But we'll see. So we need space for like a couple more bedrooms. I mean, I guess I can put in another cluster of 10. That's gonna be like way overkill though. These are all good. Hee. Okay, and then these all got turned into bedrooms. These are all bedrooms. They're all smoothed. Oh, and here. This is what we were doing. We were trying to deal with all aquifer down here. So I want to smooth all of this. We smoothed a good bit of it because of aquifer reasons. Now I want it, like, cosmetically smoothed. Like that. And these are all good, right? I think we're good. There's a tiny bit leaking through here. Whatever. Oh, and I didn't damp dig this. Because every time you restart the game, you have to tell it to turn on damp dig. For reasons. Alright, damp dig, and then damp dig. Clearly we were doing something here as well. There we go. Oh, because of that. Okay, yes. That is what I want. And then here. Okay. I don't recall if we have beds. Nope. Make some beds. Let's do 10 beds. Should be enough. It's enough for this at least. Use all my doors except for the jet ones. Clay boulders needs collected silk. That's fine. I think we're fine on silk, so I'm just gonna cancel the remainder of that. Assemble ballista arrow. I didn't tell him to do that. That was unintentional. I've written 6 pages of notes on this book already. Makes me miss those English literature worksheets that asked you questions about what you just read. It's interesting because I feel like most people would disagree with you. I was just talking with my mom this weekend about reading. And she was talking about how, like, she likes reading, but she never liked how classes asked you to answer those kinds of questions. Like, I agree with you. I enjoy thinking about books in that way. Down with homework, yes. But when you're doing it on purpose, when you're doing it for fun, it's different. I think. I like thinking about stories in that way. I don't necessarily like having it be too structured. Which, you know, I don't know how you would do it otherwise. I love books. I like homework that asks, hey, you want to feel smart by getting what the book is about, you smart little guy, you. But coupled with discussion are really nice, yeah. I want to wag my proverbial tail, yeah. Right, yeah. I think probably the difference is that most people don't feel smart when they're asked those kinds of questions. Which I can understand why you'd feel bad if that were the case, right? If it makes you feel dumb, then no one wants to go around feeling dumb, but yeah, if you can engage with it at that level, then it feels good. We're working on bits, okay. I'll just toss in some beds. Just get everyone... Oh, we're gonna need more than this, aren't we? Oh, apparently we're gonna need more than just this. Or no. This is gonna be just perfect. This is gonna be just perfect. Of course, this one's gonna flood. I had one teacher that did a really good job of asking leading questions that got you to the answer by the end with a little rereading. The teacher matters a bunch in that, right? Like if it's literally just a worksheet with a bunch of questions that have a right or wrong answer, and then the teacher gives you a quiz afterwards, like that never felt good. I had some of that in high school. That wasn't so much fun. That was just homework. But in college, especially during college, having like an English degree, having those literature classes, it was much more freeform. It was like you read the book. I had multiple classes that were literally just you read an assigned book, and then you come to class and you have a discussion about it, like a very unstructured discussion. And those were pretty fun. I enjoyed thinking about stories or even not stories, but like works in that way. But like if that's not your jam, I totally get it. Like if you're being forced to do it, and it's not something that you want to do, then yeah, it's kind of stinks. Oh, thanks for the follow. Welcome in, Moby. Welcome in. Last one was nice. I'm anticipating this one as it is a much more interesting and entertaining book, also better written. There is a character that only speaks in rhyming couplets. Excellent. Does that not get tiresome after a while? I can imagine that being done poorly. Also, actually finish the book on time. See, that's my problem. That is my problem. Getting it done within a set time frame is always my problem. Hey, look, they're sleeping. Okay. Perfect. And then we'll just assign these last couple. And then I guess we're good. We have all the things. You have a void. I do have a void. This is Hecata, or Heck for short. There is another cat who is off camera right now. She's kind of hiding underneath my monitor. She's in a spot that she technically shouldn't be in, but she's calm, so I'm leaving it alone. She's not actively eating things right this moment. brain juices are all gone. Yeah. Yeah, no more brain juices. Kinda sassy and only heard by protagonist slash narrator. Interesting. Also implied form is just the nightmare. Huh. Interesting. There are so many interesting books out there. I'm gonna leave the jet coffers for other things. We got plenty of books, or things. Not books. Coffers. Plenty of coffers here. The dwarves have left. And then this, why is this leaking? I guess we're leaking from here. And there, I don't know that I care to fix that one. I mean, we're doing pretty good. We're a lot less leaky than we used to be. We have some of these rooms that aren't being used for anything. Here's my question. Here's my question for you all. So we know what we're doing with a bunch of our rooms, right? We have our shrines going on upstairs. We have our library. We have our dining hall. All that kind of stuff. We haven't done anything special with our guild halls. We just have a couple of guild halls that were requested, like maybe 3 or 4, and they're just down here in kind of normal looking rooms, right? Do we continue with that? Do we just make these kinds of things all our guild halls? Or do we want to do something fancier with our guild halls upstairs, near the surface? Miss my void cat, not her hair though. That's definitely the thing. This one's pretty short hair. Jezebel was a long hair void. And yep, there was fur everywhere. All the time. There's dwarves with the penguins. The dwarf merchants are hanging out in the penguin room. Perfect. I named my void Gigi after the cat, and Kiki Delivery Service voids are the best. I haven't watched Kiki's Delivery Service in a very long time. That's a good name. Missed having an animal. They like to sit and relax in my lap. Dogs sit about their life. Yeah, dogs aren't quite as cuddly as cats. I'm hoping that Tofu kind of grows into being a little more cuddly. Heck is pretty cuddly, but Tofu's still a little standoffish. Oh, look at all our bricks. Okay. Dog not about that life. Yes. Yeah. So we have all these shrines, right? These are all going to be for individual gods. We have these are going to be for actual churches. Have the dwarves not left? They're not trading. They just haven't left yet. Okay, good luck. But we have all these little rooms for shrines. We could do something similar over here by our library for guild halls. But I don't know if is that smart? Is that something we should do? Oh, there they go. Goodbye, dwarves. Used to love sleeping with the dogs when I was a kid. As long as you are willing to contort, they're frequently happy to dogpile. This is true. The cats also dogpile. Especially when we're sleeping. We still have this one random crundle. We haven't seen any cavern creatures. I'm thinking this crundle is keeping things stuck again. So I'm going to Exterminated crundle. Hold one crundle. Oh, there's another one. I think there's stuff stuck and not being able to get on the map here. Yep. Clearly there are some crundles. Wow, okay. Like, they can climb. I don't know if they're gonna actually try to do so. Wow. Wow. Does anyone want some crundle corpses? Goodness gracious. Okay. Wow. How many crundles do we want to kill here? Because this is still like the only... I don't know if things can actually enter off of the... We tried to make some spots where things can enter. Oh, but here's some. Okay, so they can enter here. Okay, cool. I tried to make some alternate spots for things to come in. And it appears that it's a valid spot for things to arrive, at least. But if they're gonna keep arriving here, I'd almost rather, like, close that off. I wonder if we can chop down this tree. That'd be a whole operation, wouldn't it? Or how would I do that? We'd have to suck out the water somehow. Maybe we just put in a wall here. Oh, we should check out these. We have some vaults in here. We've not been checking out our vaults. There's a couple in here. That's a thing to investigate. Well, we can get in from the above, right? Can't I just do... like this? We're just gonna do like this. Needs fruit. We're out of fruit for brewing, which is fine and expected, I guess. Our drink is a little low. I actually would rather our drink be a little higher than that. How was our... Because we stopped brewing our plump helmets because it's boring. I'm going to tell you to recheck, and then plants. Or were we just not cooking? Plump helmets. So we are brewing plump helmets, but we're not cooking them. So we have a ton of plump helmets for brewing. And that should just be going, right? In theory, they're doing it. Just keep an eye on this. I was reading, so I mean, what was the last book I read? I'm trying to remember what the actual last novel I've read was. Might have been rereading a Discworld book. But I brought my Kindle onto the plane, and I read. I have a bunch of screenplays loaded up on my Kindle because I jailbroke my Kindle. Don't tell anyone. But screenplays are so short. Like I read The Matrix. I read the original Matrix screenplay between two plane flights. I read through the whole thing. And it's like I don't know, it's quick enough that it keeps me engaged. I don't have to like put time aside to finish it. It's just done. Maybe drinking faster than brewing. It's very possible. We do have a squad of polar bear people up here drinking our booze. It's also possible. It's also possible that we don't have enough people working on it, because I think I restricted it at some point. Because we were working on getting our cooks leveled up. So maybe what we need to do, so I do want to have our chefing, our cooking restricted, but does booze even have quality? I know meals have quality. I want to see what happens here. It's an exceptional pot, but it has just normal booze. Booze doesn't have quality. I'm just now realizing that. So I think what we're going to do here, we're going to go into our cook labor, going to remove brewing from it. So we're still just going to have these 3 cooks, but then anyone can brew. So now we should have a couple people come in and start some brewing. I'll even toss in another still as well. Forming still. Just toss in a pair of them. Why not? We're gonna have nothing but a bunch of dwarven ale, but that's at least booze. That'll at least keep them drinking, right? We love the cats. We do love the cats. I'm on Masquerade at the moment. That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. My niece is apparently way into books. Something for her next birthday, I'm gonna sneak in the first Tiffany Aching book. That's gonna be my gift to her. Curious if we got those skeletons out of here. Oh, here's another one. Goodness. Oh, but someone is gonna come grab it. Store item and bin. Okay. Time to wind up for the meeting. Okay, have fun. Maybe not enough barrels. I mean, that could be. We've been okay on barrels. I see some. We've been doing pots. We don't have a lot of wood here. Wood comes at a premium on a glacier, as it turns out. Also, this stockpile's a little small, isn't it? Those shouldn't be there. I guess we have. Probably need to make a different thing bigger. The girl know that selfishness is a virtue in some ways. In some ways, yeah. I don't know, those are just good books. I feel like they're a good way to get into fantasy in general, right? They're just wholesome. Yeah, here's our wood. That's all of our wood. Most of it's imported. I guess we have some in the caves, but I try not to lean on it too hard. Kobold hatchlings. We just had 3 babies born. Oh my gosh. Krar gave birth to triplets. We have Earsad. Oh, we have a baby Earsad. And a Shomuk. And an Eardie. Eardie speechless shades. Oh, here's the other cat. There they go. There they go. Oh, they're too much. Fearful, bad with words. Quick to give up, private, disdains craftwork. Wow, okay. Cool. We have more babies. Terry Pratchett Discworld series is always a must-read. I agree. I agree. I want to finish these bedrooms, right? We need to finish furnishing the bedrooms. Making sure everyone has the same stuff. I keep forgetting that we're needing to do our guild hall. Let's do some thinking about our guild hall. Maybe that's our next thing to cross, I think. Okay. Of course I say that. Giant polar, so we still have 2. I want to say these 2 were born earlier? I'm curious how this works. I thought that they would be domesticated from birth if they are going to be domesticated. But these ones seem to have become domesticated as they've gotten older. So I'm just going to let them keep going. Oh, what happened here? Zerkerzy has been appointed to the position of Overseer of Toothsnacked. Oh, that's a different place. Wait a minute. Toothsnacked being... Oh, the goblins took over playpaints. Trooper Dims. Toothsnacked. One of our adventures started in Toothsnacked. So I'm not sure what happened to prompt that. But at any rate, one of the people who lives here was just appointed the overseer of a hillocks on the other side of the world, which has the effect of now we need to satisfy all the requirements for this baron, essentially. We just got a bonus baron. So that's cool. I'm gonna enlargeify this stockpile a bit, just for to have breathing room. I think for domesticating animals, they just have to be trained at the time they age into adulthood. Okay, that makes sense. I thought they had to be born to someone that had training as well. But I thought that if they were born to someone that had training, then they were just like born domesticated, but clearly that's not the case. Well, we'll let them grow, we'll let them get bigger. Okay, let's think about what we're doing here. We want to work on that. A Our pearl just adopted a cat. You gave birth to hatchlings. Masterpiece things. All good. I kind of like the idea of having our guild halls up here. Do we just commit to like making all the guild halls? There's been a couple fortresses where I just like, I don't wait for them to request guild halls, I just make all the guild halls. And you can, so there's categories, right? So maybe I won't make all the individual guilds, but I'll make all the groups of guilds. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One of those being fishery, which is less important here. But if we're gonna make them all, we're gonna make them all, right? What if we say we just want to have room for 11 rooms here? I'll do something kind of like this. Just beneath the library, because that makes sense to me. We have 1, 2 levels that we could do things on. So we want to do like 6 per level. That would give us 12. And then we could have some room down here for extras if they're requested. I think that makes sense. So we're gonna do... Been doing our circles, right? So this is kind of... Well, this is even larger. If we want to do... We want to do 6, right? 6s are kind of awkward in squares. So you do like 2 on the sides, and then up 1 up and 1 down. So it would be like... here and here. And then... here? That doesn't look too bad. It's probably not perfect, right? If we actually measured things. But I think that's gonna work for me. Because I kind of rather have more space between... Because like how am I gonna... Because like obviously we can do like this, right? Maybe we have them like this. Or let's just for the sake of trying 2 different things. Do that. And that. So that we can have something like this. Right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, Right, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, you could do something like that, and then like that. I think I like that better. This is probably more truly circular, but I like being able to get in there this way. I think we're gonna do that. Nope. Cool. Right, and I want to make this little thing in here, and then we can even make this center bit a little bit nicer. Like so. Yeah. I think that's nice. So that's space for 12 guild halls, which should be plenty. And we want to start working on all this. Oh, and then the ballistas. I do want to make this a bit bigger. Apparently you can only put one. Can I do... Why can't I do a stockpile there? Oh, because that's the thing. Duh. And clearly we don't want bins in here, right? Since they can't go in bins. And then, yeah. We're making doors, right? Do we have a bunch of jet doors now? Probably. Mm-hmm. Gonna try to make this kind of orderly. Oh, need more doors. How long have you been playing Dwarf Fortress? On and off for... might be coming on 14 years now. 13 to 14 years, somewhere in there. And I was really sporadic with it for a long while. I would do because we used to have like really long gaps between feature releases, right? So I would like wait for a new patch to come out and then wait for the lazy noob pack to update and then play that update for a good while, a couple months, get a couple good fortresses in, and then kind of stop and wait for the next cycle to complete. So I was on and off again for many years, but since the Steam release has come out, I've been streaming the Steam release since it's come out. So for the last, what, 3 or 4 years, I've been pretty consistent with it. You know, only playing, you know, what, 6 hours a week, but still I've been doing that pretty consistently for a while. I guess we took a break for like, we're doing Timberborn and Dyson Sphere for a little while, but then we came back to Dwarf Fortress because there's always more to do in Dwarf Fortress. I don't know, I have a hard time believing I will ever stop playing Dwarf Fortress. I might take breaks from it, but I will be playing this game till the day I die. Hello, Lanix, how's it going? The fort is going quite well, I must say. I'm very happy with our fort here. I guess we don't have... I guess like when I want to do like this to make it symmetrical, don't I? Then I can do like this. Got a goblin siege come in range. My bolt throwers, but siege operators did not fire. Double checked if they can fire through fortifications with archery targets. And they can. Yeah, they should. I've had them work. We had them work real good. I guess we're gonna do like this as well. Hey, it's winter. So see, we're running around with kobolds. We sure are. I was just musing on the fact that we've been in this world for about a year out of game. And I'm not regretting it. Not regretting it at all. Been coming back to this game since I was a preteen, probably stick with it, jeez. I started like fresh out of college. This was like de-stressing from job hunting is what this was for me. Okay, just do all that and then we'll toss in some doors when they're ready. And then we're gonna end up with a bunch more ice. We're gonna have so much ice. I spent so much time trying to figure out how to manufacture ice. And now we have a bunch. Now it hasn't been a problem. But I do have a plan for some ice. I do have a plan for some ice, so we'll use it. We have some bolt throwers here. These worked very well. These worked quite well. I squad my siege operators. Oh, interesting. Yeah, mine were not in a squad. Did you like try giving them orders? I was just using this. I didn't have anyone assigned to be a siege operator. Like, I haven't even restricted the siege operator skill or anything. I just told the bolt throwers to fire and ready, and they figured it out. We do still need to figure out some of the instruments. Slightly smaller priority though. Siege operator did not run away. They sure didn't. We had 4 up here. 3 of them were kobolds. 1 of them was a polar bear person. They destroyed about 2/3 of the goblin siege, and then the 1/3 that kind of made it in here was just annihilated by the bears in melee. Look at this! Look at this kobold! Look at this kobold! Level 32 fighter. Okay, and then, guess they're working on all that, right? Some more jet doors. We're already needing some more. Yep. So we'll let them work on that. We're gonna end up putting a bunch of statues in here as well and turning them into little shrines. Carrion Tactician has bestowed the name Sulius Strois on a bronze shield. Cool. Go you. Make jet door dangerous terrain. Oh, am I? Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Or am I flooding again? I'm flooding again. You set civilian alert? I did. I also have DF hack going, so I use the DF hack civilian alert. But my bolt throwers are inside my burrow, if that makes sense. So they were able to access it without restriction. They just couldn't go outside. Oh yes, this! Of course. Yes, there's water at this location, I understand. So I'm gonna have to do this floor as well. I just have to dig out the whole, we're just digging out the whole fortress, or the whole embark. At some point. To get rid of all this aquifer. I can also do this. But no, this should start draining a little bit. This is draining out the side. I guess this is probably safe now, aside from this little bit. Operated by mechanisms. Oh, that's right. I guess I could just do this, right? I'm gonna pull this lever. And we can smooth through here. That'll all be fine. Our failed pasture here. But here's more jet. Here's more lignite. Very cool. And then how did we do up here? We did a bunch of digging up here, right? Yeah, siege operators, I guess they count as civilians, right? They're not militia like the squad members are. I think they're essentially civilians who are given the task of operating the murder machine. Oh, the kobolds are here. And then this is our Kalanite stockpile. We probably need to find some more as well. Lignite. Oh, look at all that. Yep, let's just knock that out. Knock this out. We're never gonna run out of stone for crafts. If nothing else, we'll be able to make rock crafts forever. Which is good, because that's how we're buying all of our meat and stuff. Speaking of, let's see what we got. Looks like not any of our copper bins. What do we have? We have a fungi wood bin. Only worth 2,500. Like maybe we should increase our craft throughput. We've also been trading meals. of which we have a lot. We have 1,800 prepared meals, and many of them are not going to be quite up to my standards. That's how we've been training up our cooks, just trading away the lower quality stuff and making more. So what I want to keep are the ones that are higher than 20 value per meal, which requires like mental math. But like a stack of 20 should be worth 400. So like this whole pot here can go away. So that not quite. But see, these four for 80, those are nice, and then these are nice. So yeah, but I can't like split the pot. So we're keeping that pot. Surely there's more. 17 for 300, 16 for 200, 12 for 200. Yeah, so that can go away. 26 for 300, 20 for 300. Yeah. Like they're getting close. We are definitely making some good meals. 48 for 900. See, that seems good. Right? Because I guess 50 should be 1,000. So that's like close. That's a big stack though. I don't know that I've seen a stack of 48 before. Or 9, 12 divided by 48 is 19. Oh my goodness. You made that gigantic stack and it's like almost good enough for people to be happy about. And 12 for 200, yeah, so we're gonna sell that too. Spotted wobblegong tripe roast. Yeah, so that's 8 each. 13 for 50, yeah, this can all go away. Come on, and then we have, you know, a million pigtails and plump helmets sitting around. And dimple cups. We could probably trade away some of our raw plants and be fine with it, honestly. Oh, look at this. 27 for 200, 6 for 42, 5 for 35. I think this goes away. But 5 for 80? Do I keep the whole stack for the 5? Or even that, is it, or no, 80, yeah, 80 divided by 5? Yeah, that's not good either. That's not even good. Okay, so yeah, we'll get rid of that one. Dwarven rum roast, 41 for 980. See, that's gotta be... That one's pretty good. So that we keep. That one we keep. This one, I guess I think we're good. I think that's enough to trade with. Yeah, they're gonna be all grumpy about our our flooding. The winged voice has arrived. If we're going to be turned into a capital, it might happen here. We'll see how lucky we get. There we go. So if we trade all of this, we have 5,700 worth, which is pretty nice. That's actually pretty nice. I'll probably buy all their wood, because wood is cheap. And then here, so I want to buy their shoes. I want the shoes and the ear caps. So we need to install these ear caps. So I keep seeing people simulating these instruments. There's a ewe, a horse, a duck, just a normal cave spider. I don't know. They might bring us some nice meat as well, though. Wow, you brought so much junk. Look at all this junk. Look at all the stuff they brought. Okay, they brought a bunch of cloth. Bad dad, Dion. Come to look at penguins. Okay, I will show you the penguins. Let me get this trade done real quick. They're so good. They're so good. And then we're trading for all this meat, right? Yeah, I definitely can't get all this meat. I can definitely get a good chunk of it. I can get some of it. But I do want those instruments. We won't have to get those instruments next time. Maybe I'll bring some more. Maybe we'll trade some more. We'll start with this. I might bring some more food back. Penguins! Look at my zoo! Excited while performing. I don't know if they're actually getting very many happy thoughts from this, but I don't care. They're like on the ground. Admiration watching performance. Fawn is talking with an acquaintance. Katie while performing. Fawn is talking with a friend. At the very least, I enjoy it. At the very least, I am having fun with it. Our Lime Rhythm soldier is discussing our situation. I do want to continue asking for the fancy meat. Bring me your most expensive meat, please. Yeah, we've been asking for giraffe and rhinoceros almost exclusively. And then garden vegetables. Right, because a lot of that turns into booze. That's really all I need at this point. Maybe we keep asking for instruments as well. Shoes and ear caps. Let's just do that. Quivers and a cheese is expected. Sludge skewers, yes. Well, we are kobolds, so we're playing modded kobolds. And they name their things in kobold manners. So that's a randomly generated name. We also have some polar bear friends. They're quite good. We're defended by this little squad here. Legendary fighter, polar bear men. Our one goblin siege went very well. As you can imagine. Fellow mod enjoyer, so this is my first real mod excursion. Like I've played with DF Hack for a long time, right? And I, like texture packs or tile packs back in the day. This is my first time doing a real mod in that sense, and I'm glad I did. I want to do more. So those all got their doors. That's all looking good. We're gonna have to toss in some statues, and then this. I want to do this as well. So we're gonna smooth the whole thing. I'm gonna turn one of them. Oh, we have a starving horse. Just get rid of the horse, please. One hostile. Oh, because it thinks it thinks our diplomat is hostile because she's a necromancer experiment. We've been busy in this world. If you ever have free time, please tell me your UI woes. I released a version that I like, but I still feel like UI can be customized into more options. Interesting. So you are we talking like normal mods, or are we talking like DF hack things? My UI woes. Oh, I have something for this. Let me try to remember what it was. I do run into things like that. Normal mods for now, but DF hack is something I can explore. Interesting. You've probably heard it before, and I think there are mods that do what I'm thinking, but like we do adventure mode as well, and adventure mode combat logs are a whole thing, as I am sure you're aware. But I want to say there's a mod that does some cool stuff with that. I just haven't played around with it. Feel like vanilla stockpile colors just scream in your face. That's fair. You mean like these? There's a lot of colors in this game. There's a lot of colors in this game, just in general. Oh, we're gonna do a big smooth. Clearly a lot of people were hanging out in the tavern. It's like a custom stockpile to enable or disable things. Vanilla ramp arrows. Oh, I turn off the ramp arrows. But that's just me. Like I prefer the way it looks just without them. Look at them go. Vanilla work being... Oh, yeah, that's fair. I do every once... Well, so in this fort, like, we've circled back around, right? I don't know how this works. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I didn't even get a 9. But it kind of just looped back around however that works. I do agree with that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn one of these into our requested guild hall, right? A metalsmith guild. Is that even one of the categories? It is. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're just gonna do metalsmith in here. And assume that we can make it the quality that we want it to be. Actually, that's fine. Kind of like that. So, except this is a new guild hall. This is a metalsmith hall. Yeah, metalsmiths. And so far, I mean, it's already worth 500 just being smooth ice. But we're gonna go ahead and engrave it. Let's see what that does for us. Replace it with icons. Interesting. Gems, anvils, etc. See, that makes sense to me. How many years have you been into Dwarf Fortress? We were just talking about this. I've been playing off and on for 13 or 14 years. More consistently since the Steam release, just because I've been streaming. The Steam release came out maybe a year after I started streaming regularly. I don't stream full time, but I try to stream regularly. And Dwarf Fortress has been my main thing. Yeah, look at that. Been into it for the last 19 years. Nice. That's gotta, I mean, geez. Were you playing back in the 2D versions? Do you remember the invention of Z levels? I'm not quite that far back. I remember like the invention of hospitals. Started when 2D just switched to 3D. Okay, so 2007. Wow. Yeah, it's hard to find people who are playing that far back, right? Yeah, that satisfied our guild hall. Wow. Just literally just a room of smoothed ice is worth 5,500. That is fantastic. Fantastic. You are stranded, but that's on purpose. Kerr is on a roof, but he can fly, so whatever. Just keeps telling us that he's stranded. Oh, and I was working in the caves. You did not forget about the caves. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna do like a floor. What do I want to do this? I'm just gonna put a wall over here so that things stop spawning there. My main problem is that I spend time modding more than playing. It's Fallout Skyrim situation again. No joke. No joke. I am, yeah. I know, for Skyrim especially. Spending an entire day getting your mod packs working, and then, like, by the time you're done, you're like, okay, that's enough, and then not ever play. Are still crundles hanging out over here? Wow, look at our mood. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with our mood right now. The mud less so. But this worked. So this is all drying out. this is flooding, but you know. Oh, I have this locked. That's not gonna work. Hey, there's more Calinite over here. I'm sure this is gonna flood though. Day spent a week coding my Skyrim script extender mode just to get so tired I cannot play it. Yeah, exactly. That's, jeez. I haven't gone quite that hard at it. Let's check our polar bears. Look at them all. Oh my gosh. We have a whole crew of domesticated giant polar bears. Amazing. These are going to start becoming adults very shortly. We're going to start war training them and attaching them to our polar bear man squad. Which just, on its own, makes me so happy. Yeah, this is all gonna... That's all gonna be aquifer as well. Let's just lock that for now. Crundle is fighting. You are... Yeah, they're gonna they're gonna get inside. We're gonna have crundles here. But that's fine. So that did deal with that. So now I'm gonna just wall this up. I'm just gonna do that. So that if things spawn, they're gonna spawn over in the place we can deal with it. And now we need to deal with crundles. There's one there. Oh, and then so one of them died. One of them's dead. Are there more inside? You're down. Okay, so those two are down there. Okay, so there's just one inside. There's just one crundle inside. It's gonna run off. Maybe I'm just gonna have our squad come down and smack it. I don't want it pushing anyone into the water. Oh, here comes our squad leader. You're not even here. Or no, you just have an axe. You just have an axe? Are you a woodcutter? You just have an axe. Okay, well, maybe this will work itself out. As long as you don't fall into water or something silly like that. Where'd you go? Oh, they're both right here. Okay. You're... You just grabbed a skeleton and then ran off. Okay. You just have an axe. Okay, well, let's keep an eye on this crundle. I guess they're not really hostile, right? Your description tags made me Google IA+. I'm a person from the time when the letter stopped at Q. Oh, that's true. There are so many different tags on Twitch that I don't know which one to use. There we go. If I'm being perfectly honest, like if there was like one accepted tag that people were using, I would just use that one. But since everyone seems to use a different tag, I just kind of did the longest one. I did the one that I did the biggest one essentially. Not that I think that's the best acronym, but you know how it goes. The size of kobolds, they are just a tick smaller than dwarves. They're definitely larger than default kobolds, but they're like 10% smaller than a dwarf. And polar bear people are gigantic, and giant penguins are the size of a minotaur. What we looked up. Bit backwards here in Eastern Europe. I wouldn't say that. It's not, you will not find a single acronym that people agree on here in the US. That is, I will say that with confidence. Oh, we need to take care of our person. Oh, and you're gonna like prohibit the export of arrows? Okay. Okay. Most exclusive by quantity, exactly. Check unit size with unit info, really? I've been looking for a way to do that. Unit info viewer. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. 225,000? Weighs about as much as 3.8 average dwarves. So polar bears are about 4 times the weight of dwarves. Which sounds about right. And then a kobold, about as much as a dwarf. I believe they can wear dwarf-sized stuff. But they are on average just a little bit smaller. I want to say, so like dwarves are 60 on average, and I want to say kobolds are like 55. Size affects so much in math? Yes. Yes, it does. One of our more successful adventurers, I will say, is a monitor lizard man. And turns out those are large. And turns out he's very good. He's a intelligent undead monitor lizard man with a divine longsword. And he has over 1,000 kills now. He's currently the overseer of an occupied goblin capital. He's my favorite. I don't play favorites, but he's my favorite. Hall monitor lizard man, yes. He definitely asks for your hall pass. Okay, we're gonna smooth this while we can. Why not? And then that all seems fine still. And this isn't gonna drain because I didn't put a drain here. We do have a drain here. So what if I do? What if? I really just want like this. And then we'll connect all that up. And that'll work. Don't know, maybe asking, what is the helmet in the background of the wall? Oh yeah, that thing. It's just a thing I made. It gets asked about every once in a while. You do like this. If it didn't make my audio all weird, I'd probably just have it on all the time. Sick? I agree. It is one of my favorite things. It's just a papercraft pattern. Wendigo head, very much so. That's kind of the vibe I was going for. Not exactly, but you know, that vibe at least. It's a papercraft pattern that I didn't design. I bought the design. But I made it out of craft foam, EVA foam. So it's very lightweight. I could have wear my bike, so it won't protect you at all. In fact, it might impair you. It's very lightweight. It's just covered in vinyl, like sticky vinyl. And yeah, it's one of my favorite things that I've made with my two hands. Oh look, you're in here socializing in our guild hall. Purple green color palette is cool. I agree. Purple and green is becoming one of my favorite color combinations. For whatever reason. I just think it's neat. What am I doing? I need to... Okay, well that happened. That didn't take long, did it? So we are just going to mine across here. And that will allow this all to drain. And hopefully not kill anyone. Helmet color also matches the subscribe button under the camera. Oh, that's a good point. I appreciate that. I definitely have green as like my main branding color. And then purple is like my favorite thing to go with green. Okay, we're just gonna let that drain a bit. We're just gonna let that drain a bit. And then I should probably also just dig this out while we're at it. Just to continue with our whole thing. Purple is a noble color in Dwarf Fortress. Purple is the noble color. Like, historically. There's a reason it's that in Dwarf Fortress. used to be like it was the most expensive color, right? So expensive meant you were wealthy if you had it. It's hard to get, yes. It's much easier these days. You just get it on eBay. Okay. One thing at a time. We need quarters for our new noble, right? So this is a baron equivalent. So I think maybe... Do we just toss it back here? Can only go down so far. Could also go like out this way. Maybe it goes out here. I want to leave this space open in case I need to expand our magma forges. I think Tyrian purple was the stuff. Tyrian purple made of cochineal beetles. That seems correct. That sounds familiar. I couldn't have told you the name of the beetle. So I don't think we need to be as big as this, right? This is our Duke or whatever equivalent. Oh, this is the edge of the map. So I can't go further that way. Oh, so that's the edge of our map. I could do like down here. What if I do... We won't do this, but we will do like this. I think that will be fine. Something like this. Right? That should be enough for a baron, right? So you get a door there, and a door there, a door there, and a door there. And then do you need a tomb? You probably need a tomb. You need a little tomb. So we'll put it down here with our other tombs. Just a little guy. Yeah, I think that's fine. That should satisfy that person. Okay, little double doors. Okay, let them dig that out. So, what else are we working on? So guild halls and temples, right? So all this got smooth. So we're just gonna engrave the whole thing. Just engrave the whole thing. They all got their doors, so that's all fine. And then these are gonna be for little churches. I mean, ideally we're gonna eventually put on our instruments. I'm getting so distracted. I'm very distractible today. We're gonna put like statues and altars and stuff in here, but I'm gonna start by just making the rooms themselves, right? So that's gonna be fine for that. So there's gonna be a new temple. Gonna hide. I mean, boats of paddling for sure, right? Boats of paddling should get like a proper one, but I guess they have like multiple churches as well, so those are gonna go upstairs in the nice ones. I kind of wish I could sort this. Maybe that's what I want. I want to be able to sort menus like this based on like how many worshippers there are. Jeez, look at all these. So I guess it kind of is. We only have, wow, we have way fewer gods represented than I thought we did. So we're gonna say like the smaller ones down here. So this is gonna be Shalstow, the Fragile Sanctum. And then this is going to be for Toulon. I believe that's a dwarven god. And then Srace, the Cathedral of Gold. That's a good one. And then this is going to be for Utost. I believe that's also a dwarven god. This is for Gigan. And then that's kind of all the big ones, right? Or not all the small ones. So then on this level, like this is going to be for the boats of paddling. The submerged shrine, very important god in our world. And then here, is the invisible scars, the faint temple. And then this is for Odor, the ugly temple. Hey, rude. And then this is for this, which is also very important. And then Nar, I think Nar is important too. And we have a whole other level. We have so much space. We have so much space for temples here. So maybe some churches go in here too. Maybe some of the smaller organized religions go down here too. Since we have much more space than we need, apparently. I'm thinking like our last temple our last fortress had some humans in it. And it was like 3 humans, but they each had like 10 gods worshipped. So our whole list was just gigantic. Nar's only 1. Interesting. I'm gonna put Nar down here. The Spurting Sanctum. Okay. But see, now we have someone here worshipping, someone down here praying to Zis, meditating on food. So that's good, right? Those are all good things. Damp stone because of course. Of course. My damn dig is on. So things that I don't think you can do unless you're like working specifically with the DF hack people. But the fact that the dig tool does not respect these settings is gets me every time. Okay, so then that will be fine, and then I bet the same thing happened here. Right, and then I wanted 2 here. Is that right? I think that's right. So this is all limestone. You're gonna get a big limestone room here. That's pretty cool. Limestone is nice. I'm out of beds. Okay, let's make a couple of beds. I'm gonna do like 5 beds. And I'll wait for that to finish. And then we had a temple or 2 down here. This is a guild hall. Farmers Guild. This is a craft bold. This is a stonecrafters guild. Maybe we don't have, and this is like our stoneworkers guild. Maybe we don't have temples down here. I must have moved it around. But I was wrong about cochineal beetles. They're used to make carmine red dye. Oh, that sounds more familiar, actually. Murex sea snails are what makes Tyrian purple. I knew that there was a beetle that made dye. Again, I couldn't have told you the name of it. What? So these are for individual gods who are pretty well represented. These are individual gods who are not well represented. So then these are going to be for the smaller organized religions, and then these 2 can get some of the bigger ones. I might wait until a group requests one. Though if I have our population capped, I don't think we're going to get a whole bunch more. So maybe we just say the biggest ones go up here. And we'll call it good. This is a temple. So we have 7 for Fellowship of Tempest, 8 for 2, 1, 9, which is Boats of Paddling. So Boats of Paddling definitely gets one. There's multiple Boats of Paddling churches. There's another one. Hey, look, a strange mood. Denomination of Gristle. And there's like a bunch of these singular ones. So I think 9 is the largest. Communion of Oceans. Is definitely the largest. And it's for our most important god, the Cathedral of Spray. Nice. Okay. So we'll say that is that. And then this other one So there's 7 for that, 8 for that, for Toulon. Invisible scars. Another one with 8. Doctrine of Spring, which is different boats of paddling. I'm tempted to say that goes downstairs just so that we're not duplicating. And I want to say this other one is Odor. Then Invisible Scars. I want to say Invisible Scars is a kobold god, and Toulon is a dwarven god. So I'm going to say Fellowship of Tempest goes up here. The Poisoned Temple. Good. Cool. And the rest of those churches just, like, fill these spots. Right? Toulon definitely gets one. Submerged Cult definitely gets one. The Shrine of Sinking. Doctrine of Spring, another, like there's so many to the boats of paddling. What happened? We got more babies. We got more babies. Duh. Gave birth to twins. Didn't miss, you didn't miss much. We're assigning temples and shrines and stuff. And twins! We just had someone give birth to twins. While someone was reading a book. In the middle of reading a book. And gave birth to twins. The Shrine of Paddles. Perfect. Put my wife to sleep. It's her birthday. Now I can drink beer and enjoy stream. Excellent. Happy birthday. Right? I've been cramming in as many of these churches and gods as I can. Yeah, these are all pretty small. I think 4 is the biggest. It's a couple with 4. There we go. This should make some people pretty happy. I hope. I think. I think a lot of people were getting upset that they didn't have specific places to worship. Yeah, there was a 3 for Odor. Then 2s and 1s. Yup. So Creed of Bones. I'm not gonna bother with the individual ones, right? The people who are the churches of one people. But this gives us literally every other one. Plus spaces for the individual gods themselves. And room to grow. I think that's pretty cool. We made a bunch of silver statues at some point, so I'm gonna plop them around. But we have a couple. I want to make some more. I would love, like, several. I want, like, maybe 30? Let's do, like, 30 silver statues. We should check on our strange mood. We're gonna end up needing to make more bedrooms just for our newborns. Our age birthdays are getting nominal, but as I said, do not fear the Reaper. Yes. I am also at that age. We usually do like a nice dinner or something. Go out for something. Not worry about it much more than that. Is it you? Yes. Dummelty is gathering items. What does it say? One group of citizens is stranded? That is because they are a weremonkey and they are intentionally quarantined away. You can see them right there. Right here. Putting all their clothes back on. Or attempting to. I don't know what makes them freak out like that. There you go. Werebeast containment, yeah. Which hilariously, if you want to know the full story behind that, it's from a different fortress. We've had 3 fortresses total in this world. This is our third. And in fortress number 2, we had quite a few tantrumers. It was in an evil forest where it rained elf blood on a very regular basis. And we also had a whole bunch of necromancer experiments as residents, as you do. So it was just a very grumpy fortress for a very long time. Yeah, there he goes again. Or she? I think it's a she. Or it's an it. It's one of our its. So someone tantrumed in a temple and toppled a statue in a temple and was cursed to being a weremonkey in fort mode. I've never had that happen in fort mode before. Like we were just playing fort mode and suddenly we had someone cursed to weremonkey. A kobold cursed to being a weremonkey. It's gotta be the worst, right? A lizard person being cursed into a mammal. Like fate worse than death, right? Oh no, we had okay, so now we're getting old age deaths too. Fish dissector fell over in the middle of a it fell over. Never got curses in fort mode. It's my first one. It's my first one. So we successfully quarantined, or rather I should say, we ended up, I want to say that like the original person, the original weremonkey died, but bit 2 people in the process. One was a human, one was a kobold. And we quarantined them in that fortress, and then they were fine. And then when we retired that fortress, we took those 2 people on an adventure, as you do. And then that went terribly, as you would expect. But one of them ran off. Like it was a party of 2 were people and an animal person. And then, as luck would have it, the were people transformed right at the beginning of our adventure. So I couldn't keep like party cohesion. So the human ended up running off, and then the animal person and the kobold went and retired in a hillocks, like way up north. But the human, the human literally just ran off. I lost control of the adventure mid-adventure because you're not really supposed to adventure as a were person, right? Or as animal people for that matter. Just DF hack things. But the human showed up at this fortress. Like with me doing nothing intentional. The human just appeared in this fortress. I want to say he was visiting in some capacity, but I didn't get an alert about it. But he just showed up in the middle of the fortress, transformed as a weremonkey, and bit a polar bear person, and then died. And then we were working on quarantine, but the polar bear person transformed before I could get him locked away in quarantine. and was luckily tackled by a giant cave spider, a domesticated giant cave spider in the middle of the fort, but managed to bite one person in the process. And then died. So there are still only, as far as I know, 2 were-monkeys in the world. But we've lost like 5 or 6 people to were-monkeys in the process. Wonder if the polar bear man becomes smaller when transforming into a monkey man. That's a good question. Probably. I actually don't know what happens to their size when they transform. Gem Cutter has created Irsak Tiaz Zuderarki, a green tourmaline coffer. Excellent. Okay. I guess we could install that somewhere. Does our... We need to make more pedestals. I could install it in the dining room. Yeah, what if I do... I want to change out some of these instruments too. We bought those instruments. Where do we put that? I don't know, maybe it goes in here. Maybe we just do... Maybe we just plop it down there. Why not? No one can steal it if it's in the middle of the tavern, right? Oh, some alpacas died, which I am not complaining about. Oh, I wanted to go check, so if I can do... oh, you already transformed back. Okay. I guess I want to check their size when they transform again. But yeah, you are a little grumpy, aren't you? Yeah. That's a little harder to fix. A little harder to fix. Yeah, can you just butcher the llamas? You can just butcher the llamas. I want to check down here. I have too many things going on at once. Okay. So nothing should show up here now. So in theory, the only things that are going to show up over here. We have two crundles and an albatross. The albatrosses have been weird too. Creatures in general have been weird. I'm going to kill the crundles and kill the albatross. Oh, there's no... Is it a giant albatross? Or you have to do like... It's like bird albatross? No? Am I spelling it wrong? Okay, I'm confused. Bird albatross. Oh, and there's a magma crab. I've been trying to catch a magma crab. Bird. Albatross. Okay, must have just a bladitros, that's what I did. Okay. So now there's a flesh ball. Yeah. Okay, we got flesh balls now. Had to nip now. Are the weremonkeys back? No, we were just summarizing the weremonkey saga. We do have flesh balls though. Hooray. I wonder if we'll ever actually get a forgotten beast. But I think now they can show up here if they do want to spawn. Walruses! Okay, so that clearly unstuck something. There's now a bunch of walruses out here. They're just gonna hang out in the water though, aren't they? Oh, and now the elves are here. Super photo in Discord. Okay. We got an artifact coffer. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome in. Oh, for the weremonkey. Yes, we did get a drawing of the weremonkey before. Wendrick, so welcome in. Hi, hello, how's it going? Look at this ridiculous fortress we have here. Look at this ridiculous fortress we have from previous. Yeah. I know what you mean now. People are using our temples. People are using the temples. Look at this. This is our boats of paddling, right? Yeah. So our general boats of paddling church is getting some use. I want to see some people getting some nice moods out of it. Create a boats of paddling. You are shirtless? We should make some more clothes. I bet you we need to make more clothes. Now we have a bunch of kobolds. Let's do yarn togas. Yarn skirt. Yarn cap. Leather shoe. And that's probably all we need for that. I'm gonna do like 50 of each of these though. Should we get power going? Never really bothered with power yet, because we don't have a river. We could get some wind going for millstones. More polar bear cubs! Excellent, excellent. Yeah, look at that. Born expertly trained. That's a good sign, right? I'll just keep training these. Still all male. We have not given birth to a single female giant polar bear yet. That's so interesting. Are there creature settings that make like male or female more or less common? Because if this is just a 50-50 chance, then that's a heck of a thing. Why are cats so adorable? They are... I mean, cats in general are just adorable. You have an adorable cat too. I'm gonna get the other 3... What, over here? One, 2, 3. Creatures can be given higher percentages male female, but might just be luck. It's some luck. Yeah, that's fair. Kitties are love bugs with each other, yes. Oh my gosh, the two of them together are ridiculous. Look at this room. Perfect. Greetings from the woodlands. We have much to discuss. This land is sacred to us. Yeah. We haven't been needing trees. We might as well agree to it. And then 3 of them just grew up. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. Well, we have 4 polar bear men in our squad, commanded by 1 kobold. So we can do 4 giant polar bear war animals from our domesticated polar bears. And just assign them to the squad. And that's gonna be very, very nasty. That's gonna be very nasty. I'm excited about that. And what else? I mean, our drink, I feel like our drink isn't going, I mean, it's going okay. I guess we only have it going for 4 shops, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe what I'll do, it should be going 6 at a time. Just to use all the bits. Instruments, that's what I was gonna do. I want to have some of those instruments in here, so I'm gonna do... What am I gonna do? Oops. Maybe over here. We got some of everything. So yeah, ear caps. Green glass ear caps. Those are ones we made even. We were making green glass ear caps, weren't we? I'm gonna do 2 ear caps. And then there's just a bunch of other stuff. But then the Sioux... Oh. Shugza has been elected to the position of Sacred Snot of the Lurid Order. Good. Shugza is now a Sacred Snot. Was that because... So which one's a Lurid Order? It's not these. Armored Cult, Submerged Cult, Doctrine of Spring, Coastal Communion, Denomination of Crystal, Putrid Communion, Creed of Bones, Lurid Order. Okay, so they must have gotten a 10th person, or no? They only have 2 worshippers, but they managed to elect a person. That's interesting. I don't know how that works. Better watch out for the Holy Kerchief. Yes, always knew they had it in them. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna do some more of those ear caps in here. Right, I'm gonna go like here. I mean, I want some nice ones, right? I mean, these are pretty nice. Toss in some ear caps, and then I'll do 1 over here, and 1 over here, 1 down here. Maybe they can actually use them. So here you're simulating a Sioux, simulating ear cap. So in theory, we have some Sioux now. Have some Sioux, 2 of which are artifacts that are in a bin. I wish I could tell them what, like, which instruments to do. I can just crank that up a little bit. Stored instruments 20. Let's pop that up. And then I'll put some in these as well. Do I have jet coffers? I do have jet coffers. And then they should all take 5 instruments. Maybe some of them can be used. There's just a dead fluffy wambler in the church. For whatever reason. And then you're socializing. I want to see them actually use these instruments. I've never seen them use a placed instrument before. And I'm out of ear caps. We were trying to make ear caps, but I was having a hard time with it for some reason. Oh, and this. I did forget about this. We're gonna smooth. I guess I want to smooth the whole thing because it's Noble's quarters anyway. But then I'll do... I can't quite... Or no, I can. I don't know that that's what I want, though. Spots free. Time for tofu. And then so crafting is here. Tofu is a tiger, yes. Really like the organic layout. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm very happy with it. I feel like if we move on from kobold someday, which I don't know that I'm ever going to at this point, I'm gonna have to come up with a different aesthetic. Aircat mallet. So let's do it this way. Drumhead mallet stand. I mean, I tried making a bunch of these. The mallet is wood, so we should have... I don't have any pieces. I guess we successfully made ear caps, so it's the Sioux. Sioux strings. And cloth? I mean, they could do it out of pigtail, so that should be possible, right? Is that really all I'm needing for it? Well, let's see if they can do it. You're back? Welcome back! A dwarf prophet is visiting. Okay. This is our first non-scholar visitor. There's a bunch of walruses and some flesh balls. The elves brought a gigantic panda. That's interesting. I wasn't planning on trading with the elves, but giant panda. Enraptured, remember communing with a Toulon in a dedicated temple. Book club is good. Good. Good, good. These gals are outpacing me. They've already finished. The duology just finished the first book. Oh dear. That's always the thing, right? I have a hard time not feeling bad when other people outpace me like that. But that's also just the nature of things. Yeah, I think I mean, we still have a bunch of meals. We have a bunch of meals. But meals turns off when we have that many drinks. So I'm gonna just crank this number up. So we're not cooking all of our meals. We're cooking all of our booze. Also want to share the feelings. Yeah, that's fair. Look at our temples. So we got our temple set up. We have some more instruments in here. We got green class ear caps going on. We found a dead dog. That might have been an old age thing. Oh, and you already turned back. Oh, and you probably want more booze and stuff. Are you grumpy because you don't have booze? I mean, you're not that grumpy. Great masterpiece wool cloth. Look at all that. Four more straight giant war polar bears. Oh my gosh. So that's very, very nice. Very, very, very nice. So wait, what happened? Oh, see, these are the older ones. Okay, so these are the four that we just trained. So now we have 4 war-trained giant polar bears. We have the 2 parents. We have 3 more domesticated ones that haven't grown up yet, and then 3 more that are not quite domesticated yet. War polar bears, yeah. Pole war bears. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna go down to our squad here. Right, we got Storlet and Rithul and Komon and Mosier are our four people. Barbarians. I taught miscellaneous object. So then how do I assign them? It's been a while since I've assigned a war animal. Work animals. We'll do available tasks anywhere. Yeah. Right, okay. So you get that one? Oh, they're all gonna get names. Israz? Right, who did I just give it to? So that one, so that's for Storlet. Rithul gets Elzan. Omon gets Karlas. Karlak the Warbear. And then Mosier gets Shaikrol. Excellent. New polar bear people? No new people. Just more bears. I have been working on making sure that our caves are unstuck. So we had some walruses show up, and we have some flesh balls in the cave now. For whatever that's worth. Is that both of them? Where's the other one? There's another flesh ball in here somewhere. There you are. Ew. I'm... can you imagine what they smell like? Probably smells like a giant foot. They weigh a little bit more than a dwarf. So they're kind of large. Flesh ball, but no sweat glands. I mean, surely they have, like, glands are part of flesh, right? In my mind, it's not just meat, it's flesh. So that's just gonna be fine. Okay. Hey, look, a little fish. I guess we could technically be fishing in the caves. We have this elf scholar again. I want to say that we've seen Nicolo a couple times. Cave fish. Okay, so then we can also go ahead and assign all of our guild halls, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and plop all these in here. Nope. Right, something like that. I also don't recall, so we have a couple that we've made, right? We have Crafts Bold, which is one of the categories. So that's just gonna get moved upstairs. So that is blockaded handle. So now this gets added to the blockaded handle, and then this gets removed. This is for stone crafters. Which is not a category, it's one of the specific ones. So I'm gonna leave that there for now. This is Stone Workers Guild, which is a category. So the Ochre Rock is getting moved up here. Right, so this goes to the Ochre Rock. And then this gets freed. I want to fish in Minecraft. Farmers Guild, which is also a category. So the Hawk of Seasons. I don't know if I've ever fished in vanilla Minecraft. So this is the Hawk of Seasons. And that goes away. And then I think that's all of the guild halls I've made. Oh yeah, we need to do this. Actually satisfy our little baron. Okay, so I'm gonna do a bed in here. Do I have a nice one? There's a nice one. Some chests. Guess you're gonna get a jet one. You need 2 chests, 1 cabinet, and then the racks. Furniture cabinet. Need to make more cabinets. We'll just do 10. Also just gonna do rock coffer. Say like 15 of just kind of random stone. I don't know if we have any more weapon racks and such. We do. Armor stand. Very cool. And then a table. And here, you can have a jet table. And then a chair. So then this is your office. This is your dining room. This is your bedroom. Right, and this all belongs to Zickersy. Yeah, you. You. And then we find you. Find your other room. And this goes to a hatchling. Soothing if you got your hand ready. If you use a USB pedal and a good ear. Oh, that's fun. Definitely haven't done that before. Okay, we're making a bunch of clothes. So we have brewing happening, in theory. Meals, not necessarily. I think we're also good on meals. So then this is our only guild hall that is still down here. It's for stone crafters. I guess what I want to do is finish the rest of these. You have your hands free to do other stuff, yeah. Oh, Tawada's back. You're a scholar. Look at our scholar. At the very least, the people that we've been seeing have been coming back. Go to the library. Norm. Attend a meeting. Okay. Enjoy, I guess. We made a bunch of leather shoes. Yeah, and here they are. So this isn't as valuable as the other one, but we're gonna toss in some statues. Oh, this is a Grand Guild Hall. Okay. So the Farmers Guild wants a Grand Guild Hall, which is one that we just put here, right? Yeah. So we just need to double the value of this guild hall real quick. Oh my gosh. And then the same with that, because we downgraded them, so now we have to like remake them good. So grab some statues. Is that gonna be enough? We haven't encrusted any statues yet, but maybe that's fine. We need to get better at making statues. Let's see what that does. So right now it is at 5,700. Also working on our statues. Kitten is so orange. She's very orange. Have you heard of a Torby? I did not know. I have not heard the term Torby. We just have more kobolds now. I put a cap on. Like I have it capped at 150 for migrants. So now we're just getting babies. That's what, 7th baby today. You just gave birth to triplets. There's three more babies. Beat winked? Scooped banner? They gave birth to triplets. Sleep. That seems right. More bolds. Tortoiseshell, yeah. So there's tortoise, and there's what is even a combination of? There's tortoiseshell cat, and there's what am I thinking of? Beatwink. I never heard of Torby before. Tabby and Tortoise, that's right. So I thought she was just a tabby. But she does have some orange to her. And it was like the shelter that had the, like on the paperwork, it said Torby. And I was like, that's a weird typo. And then I Googled it. And apparently that's, not only is it a thing, but that's what she is. So that's kind of neat, right? But she definitely has that orange. She definitely has that orange in her. She can be a bit feisty. What was I doing? We're watching up here. We're seeing what these statues can do for us. And we're gonna keep making the rest of these guild halls. Just for the sake of it. Right, is going to be a new guild hall. But not just any guild hall. So we don't have a miners guild. So we should definitely have a miner hall. Right, and then this is a new guild hall for woodworkers. I mean, I guess why not? If we're doing them all. The heliotrope fountains. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's happened. Oh my gosh, it has happened. Okay. I kind of assumed it would happen with our caravan or something. Your ruler has arrived with a full entourage. Your thriving site is now the capital, and with continued fortune and toil, the legend of a true mountain home may yet be written. We are now the capital of our civilization, out here in the middle of a glacier. Okay, we have to satisfy a monarch now. I'm gonna pause. Okay, things are gonna happen here. Big throne time? Yeah, we're gonna have to plan a throne room. I'm gonna finish this thought first because that's gonna be its own rabbit hole. So this is a new guild hall. So we don't need carpenter. I think we did stoneworker. We haven't done ranger. I guess we have animal caretakers. Why not? Yeah, okay. So we get a ranger hall. Nope. I want to do one of these. And then this is no, not a temple. New guild hall. I think we did metalsmiths. We do not have jewelers yet. Jewelers Hall. Find it quite funny that the big throne is still a regular stool. Yes. Yeah, we should get like a proper throne item, right? Something that you can make really, really fancy. The era in kobold history in which the kings and queens of their burgeoning empire lived in a frozen nowhere for some reason. Yes. What do you mean for some reason? Because this is the best place we have to offer. Because it's just amazing. And clearly the goblins aren't bothering us here. We did crafts bolts, right? And then fishery worker, because we're doing them all. Fishery workers, we have one. But this, in theory, this will like attract people as well. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Attract some visitors. Okay, and then this is new guild hall. We want, so we've done farmer, right? I think we did farmer. So we need engineer. Engineer's hall. There's only 11 categories, so this work. And then the other one's going to be the other one that's downstairs. Okay. This is going to work out. So this is for a guild hall for doctors. The Good of Dusks. And then I'm going to double check, but that should be all of our categories, right? So we have... So miners, right? We have miners. We have woodworkers. We have woodworkers. We have stoneworkers. We have stoneworkers. We have rangers. We have rangers. We have metalsmiths, which is this one, right? We have metalsmiths. We have jewelers. We have jewelers. We have craft dwarf. What is this one? We have fishery workers. We have farmers. We have engineers. We have doctors. Okay, so we have all the categories. We have all the broad categories of Guildhall. And then there's this other one here, which is specifically for stone crafters. Or what was it called? The Mountainous Ring. That's going to be this one. Goes to the Mountainous Ring. And this is not. Cool. So now we have all of our guild halls down here. Or up here. We're gonna have to cram them full of statues and stuff. But that is fine. I guess if worse comes to worse, we can always make them a bit bigger. They can all expand a little bit. We just wouldn't want to get rid of any of our nice walls. An ingenious tactic, kobolds setting up their capital in the one place where no one would suspect a kobold to live. Yes. I mean, they really haven't found us. Winged voice. So we're gonna get a whole entourage, right? This is like our lead trader. Let's see how many people we get. We're gonna end up with like 200 people anyway. Winged one. This is our monarch. This is our king. 2 lovers, 5 children, and a spouse. And 83 years old. Our king might die. Just out of old age. Yeah, it needs royal throne room. And then Winged Voice needs a normal throne room. Is that just the 2 of you? Okay. Full entourage indeed. Essentially Gondolin, true. Okay, cool. Well, no, you do need all the things, and you also need all the things. Royal throne room, okay. Let's go... Let's make sure that our other person is satisfied first. Right, this is our overseer. You need your tomb, you need a cabinet. Oh, and you want me to make arrows? I'm going to make arrows for our overseer. Copper arrows. 2. And then, oh, and then the tomb. Which is down here, which is leaking. Because why wouldn't it be? I guess I want it all smooth. So we're gonna have to make something fancy for our king. I would have to put a tomb in there first. There we go. And then this gets assigned to our overseer. Thank you for the follow. Penguin chick. Oh, do you want to see my penguins? Fluffy Wamblers do not seem like they should be in snow. Probably. I mean, they're here because this is a whatchamacallit, a savage good biome. Probably just for the penguins. Excellent. Well, I got some penguins. These are giant penguins. These penguins are the size of a minotaur, just for reference. Roll themselves into half a snowman. That would be adorable. Can I get a snowman made of fluffy wamblers? I also love, there's just corpses, just fluffy wambler corpses everywhere. At all times. It's snowing, we got a weremonkey. This all seems fine. This all seems fine. Are the war bears? Oh, I guess our war animals are still tied up. I need to free our war animals. We have so many things going on now. This was like whatchamacallit, a very docile fort for a number of years. So that's the named one, right? You... Like, which one are you? I guess I need to find the ones that are named. And they cover their... their ropes. So it's really hard to see. Nope. There, so this one. How about the rope? Okay, so you I want to unassign. You get unassigned. You get unassigned. You get signed. Okay, so I think that's the 4 of them. So hopefully they hang out with their polar bear people. Okay, so all the empty space we can retrofit into a throne room and chambers. So here's the question. Does the king of our civilization get a throne room made out of stone down underneath? Or do they get a throne room made out of ice to fit in with the rest of our fortress? Oh. Hey, look, some visitors. Grand Schemer Necromancer. That's a title. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We have some visitors. Apprentice Trapper. Yeah, you. Grand Schemer Necromancer. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We still have necromancers in the world? We sure do. But you're gonna wander off. Okay. One of the senior people in our civilization is a necromancer. And you're gonna leave too? Okay. So they're just gonna be visitors. They don't need quarters or anything. I'm very okay with that. Very okay with that. They're probably just gonna come in and out, right? So our grand inventor, so now we're gonna have some necromancer experiments hanging out with us too. This visitor has come. I see. But now they're hanging out. Look at them. Rithul and Elzan, yeah, they're hanging out with their bears. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy. Perhaps a mixed grand rooms of ice with focal areas of stone. That's true. So like maybe the throne room itself is made out of ice. Can we have like this our throne room? Do we want like a giant throne room? What if the giant ice throne room was just directly under the tavern? And then like I don't know, would we want to have the other rooms far apart from each other? I guess the tomb is definitely going to go way downstairs, right? So maybe bedroom and dining room. If bedroom, dining room, and tomb go downstairs, but then the throne room goes up here. We could just use this whole space, right? What if it was like a vaulted ceiling kind of a deal? So 3 levels high. So this would be the floor. And we'll just have a high ceiling. That could work. Could definitely make that worth a lot. Speaking of, in theory, they're working on hauling these up. Those are probably very heavy. They're also not gonna be worth that much, right? This is only 200. Gonna have to find a way to crank up the value on these. So, okay, so we ran out of dyed yarn. I was wondering if that was gonna happen. Okay, so we have, oh my gosh, they're just gonna wander around with their giant bears. Tattoo crystals? A giant polar bear named Carlas tattoo crystals? I love it. Not that sadness. That sadness. Okay. So now we have a number of things happening. I guess I want to smooth all that. So we need to dye more yarn. I know that we have dyed pigtail cloth. As we have dyed cloth, we just don't have dyed thread. Is that what's going on? So I need to say dye red. Can I specify? I can specify the color, but I can't specify, or is it like dye yarn? No? Interesting. I'm gonna say dye thread like 50 times. Or no, I have a job that's doing that. I think we need to make more dye. Right, we're making scrolls, we're making steel. Dye cloth. Oh, we're dyeing cloth, but we're not dyeing thread. Okay, so I think we mostly need to make more dye. Dye yarn cloth. Okay. So we just need to make dye. Which we have all the dimple cups. Have all the dimple cups. So I'm going to say mill plants. Going to mill a dimple cup specifically. I'm gonna do that. Gosh. I do want to do a bunch, and we have a bunch of people standing around. Maybe do that like 50 times. They'll only do it 5 at a time, right? So it's only gonna occupy 5 people at a time. But they're gonna do it for a while. And that will give us a bunch of dyed cloth, which will give us a bunch of clothing. King about to experience the culture. No joke. No joke. I feel like we should give him a room while we're working on all this. Do I even have a spare bedroom? I think we need to make more bedrooms. No, it's zones. We have a bunch of meeting areas. Okay, so all these bedrooms. Oh, we have 1 bedroom. I'm gonna say that this is our king's temporary bedroom, just so that he has one. Just so our king isn't sleeping on the floor, you know? I feel like that would be bad. Oh, we got a couple. So then our voice can go there. Coral. Curious why we have available ones. It's not like anyone's died. One of the babies can go there. Still means we need a couple. Yeah. So we have 3 clusters here. We have 3 clusters here. We have 2 here. I suppose we could toss another grouping here. Three, 4. I guess I want it like that, don't I? 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or that. Okay. That will definitely be enough bedrooms, right? I have us capped. Probably gonna get some more babies, but shouldn't be 50 more babies. Oh, I'm gonna really like just seeing the giant polar bears wandering around the fortress. That makes me quite happy. And we're up to 600 drink, so that's a good sign. So then if the king's bedroom and then like the winged voice wants some fancy stuff too, right? Not as fancy, definitely needs a great bedroom. Though these can honestly count as great if we like engrave them. But you do need a dining room and an office. So I think down here with the rest of our nobles and such, maybe our winged one gets like an office and a bedroom in here, or office and dining hall, and bedroom maybe, or maybe like over here, and then maybe like king stuff turns into this. Maybe that's what we'll do. So that all of our nobles are on this floor. Oh. Well, ain't that a blast from the past? The war rock, Unez, has come. That rock that we captured and war trained in our other fortress apparently has escaped. And is here now. Why? The fact that it's a war rock, did we war train it? I don't think we tamed it. All beneath its mighty wings should fear the sky. Yeah, I do. Grand Schemer Necromancer is visiting. Are we gonna get our Grand Schemer eaten by a rock? A war rock? Okay, well you're just out here. Like, aren't you? Yeah, you're bonded with Rurak. Huh. Huh. How did that happen? How are you not out? Revels in chaos and discord. Get him, Eagle Man. Oh gosh. I think that they are quite differently sized. Weighs as much as 3 elephants. Rocks only die of unnatural causes. Oh dear. In it for the drama. Well then, maybe that's what we open up with next time. Fascinating. Well, I guess we're about to find out what happens with bolt throwers versus rocks. This makes me happy. So this is only 7,500. We're gonna need to make some nicer statues to make this system work. But we will get there. Time to King Bardom. What does that mean? Oh my goodness. And then what are you all doing here? Our Doctor Guild. You're all in here suturing demonstrations. See this? Okay. This is the benefit of making guild halls, even if they aren't requested, right? Like, we only have so many doctory people, right? We only have 5 people who can doctor, but they are going to train each other. Like, we're getting suturing demonstrations happening anyway. These two are just socializing, which is fine. But they can organize demonstrations for literally any skill with these rooms. Big ol' ballista. Yeah, we do have a ballista. I'm hoping it doesn't get that far. I'm hoping we don't have to use the ballista. But we do have a ballista if it comes to that. I'll say better than how Rimroll does it. How does Rimroll do it? Okay. I'm not gonna get myself bogged down with that right now. That's gonna be what happens when we start next time. How's that for a cliffhanger? We have a king and a rock. Hooray. Rimworld, you gotta do everything yourself. Oh, for like skills? They can't teach each other anything? I do like the fact that they can teach each other stuff. I do really appreciate that. So next time, we have a to-do list now, don't we? We have to satisfy a king. We have to deal with a rock. We have to improve some of our guild halls. Those are the big things that we're working on. So you'll have to operate on or whatever comes your way. Oh, that's true. Intentionally injuring people so they can get doctoring experience. Is that a thing that happens? I guess that could happen in Dwarf Fortress too, but they can also use guild halls, so it's not required. Which is nice. So yeah, we're gonna carve a throne room out of the glacier. We're going to start working on an ice sculpture. I have an idea for an ice sculpture that I want to work on. Oh, maybe we'll incorporate, if you're lucky. I might incorporate the king's rooms into the ice sculpture. Maybe that would be cool. We'll talk about that next time. Now that we know that we're getting the king, right? I wasn't sure if we were going to actually get the king. So we have it. He's here. We are now the capital. Hooray. I wonder if that's going to attract more goblin attention. We might start getting more goblin attention or more monster attention now that we're the capital. Let's just say that it's a game that has less ethical ways of maintaining skills. Yeah, that's fair. King! King! I'm also really interested to see... Our king might die of old age while we're playing. So that'd be interesting, right? I've never experienced that during play. Anyway, come by on Thursday. Come by on Thursday. We're going to pick up from right here and deal with a random war rock. My goodness. There will not be a stream this Saturday, but then next week we're going to go kind of back into our normal schedule. So our next Saturday stream will be not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Also keep an eye out. I will be doing a co-stream with JM next week on Tuesday. That's the plan. We're gonna do another Dwarf Fortress tutor stream. So come by for that. That'll also be fun. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. This is turning out to be quite the fortress, right? This is a whole thing, and I love it. Today's episode is brought to you by Grass. We're touching it real good here, and by viewers like you, clicking on all the buttons down there, hanging out with us live, hanging out in VODs, hanging out in Discord, hanging out in the air, carried off by a war rock. Wherever you want to hang out, I appreciate you. Delicious grass. Yes, you are the grass that I'm munching on these days. So I appreciate you coming by and hanging out. I hope you come by for more. I hope you are interested to see what happens with this fortress, because I sure am. I hope you have a good rest of your week, and I hope you stay kind.